I have braces, so if I touch the microphone with them, will I short-circuit?
We will all be electrocuted, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want that closer to her?
I have a quote from you, if I could read it.
Can't be true.
Whenever something that you think you want does not unfold, it is for one of two reasons. Either your habit of vibration, your belief, your dominant vibration that you are offering.
And today we would add your point of attraction or where you stand in your grid is not
are offering relative to the subject doesn't match what you think your desire is. Or you and your desire are a perfect match, and this thing you think you want just doesn't match, and so the universe doesn't deliver it.
Huh.
And the second part I need clarification on.
Well, let's say that you have your eye on someone that you believe that you want to be with. But through your life, you've been having experiences with a lot of different people, both in terms of personal relationships, in terms of lover, but just in terms of human to human relationships. So you have come to conclusions about what you like in those people who you play with. So you've launched rockets, and your vortex is the culmination of all that you've been asking for. But you think for some small reason, maybe it's appearance, or maybe it's financial status, or maybe you're just lonely. But for whatever reason, you've decided that that is the one. And so you can't understand why the universe doesn't orchestrate that for you, when all along what's going on in your vortex as a result of what you've been putting there is quite different from the probable outcome of that relationship with that person. Because what you're seeing with your eyes and what you're concluding about it, it would be like deciding that you want that magnificent car. It is the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen. It is beautiful to look at, and the color of it is everything that you have ever wanted. But you don't know someone took the engine out of it last night. So you've got your heart set on that. And the universe is not, now these are bulky analogies, but the universe does not arrange for you to have that car if you are truly in sync with the vehicle that you want, because that car has some of the things that you want, but not nearly the most important ones. So if you could just get to a place where you trust that you've done step one, life has caused you to sort it out, and you've let the vortex know unerringly what you want about this and this and this and this and this. There is more information contained in your vortex, this body of knowledge, some of which was there before you were born, and much of which you've put there since you've been in this body. The vortex equals what you have evolved to in terms of all things that you desire so far. So when you understand that step one has happened because you put it there, and step two has happened because law of attraction and the source within you is on it and holding the frequency of it, then your work only has to be to get yourself in a place where you're not blocking yourself from the impulses, where you're not blocking yourself from the grid filling in, where you're not missing the opportunity to receive the impulse and to follow through with the action or with the words or even with additional vibrational offering in order to allow it to come about. There are a lot of things you think you want that you do not want. It happens all the time. You get your eye on some job, you think you want it because it has status, but it would be a living hell if you were to live in that job. Well, if you are true to who you really are, the universe is not going to make it easy for you to walk into something that you do not want, you see. But if you are complaining all the time, if you're fearful that you won't get a job, if you are finding vibrational equivalent to that thing that you think you want that really is not a vibrational match to what you want, but it is a vibrational match to the way you've been feeling? Are you getting all of the subtle nuances and not so subtle nuances of this? A lot of times you are a vibrational match to the very thing you do not want, because you're afraid you won't get what you want, and so you're a vibrational match to the absence of what you want. And then the absence of what you want walks in, and you say, oh, that must surely be it, because it feels like a match, because it is a match, but it's not a match to what you want. It's a match to where you are. That was a really good quote.
It was a good quote. Is it, just to clarify, the analogy that I came up with was Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, where she...
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. We're just playing with you. We were hoping for an analogy from your own life.
Oh.
Rather than a fictional character. The thing about...
Well, it kind of is, because it's like, in the end, she says there's no place like home. And that was really my question. That
home meaning alignment.
Sometimes I think that I want something really big, and I have... I look at my life and I have everything that it seems like I should want.
Oh, well, you don't have anything close to everything that you want. You're just settling because you don't believe you can have everything that you really want. You're all like that. We've seen your vortex. So what happens is you've let yourself want a rocket here and a rocket here and a rocket here, a spurt here, a spurt here, a spurt here. But because you maintain the status quo of your grid or your point of attraction or your chronic vibrational offering, those words all mean the same thing. Your point of attraction, your grid, your chronic point of attraction. Because you've let what is dominate that vibration, you don't really have a clear view of what you've put there, because you put it there piece by piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. Every now and again, something will inspire you to remembering a piece of it. But you're not going to really feel the wholeness of what's in that vortex until you really do a good job of getting the resistance at a lower level and the allowing at a higher level, and you maintain it on a more regular basis. In other words, you got to practice that high-flying frequency before what's in your vortex can reveal itself to you. Those are not the best words. Before you can experience the revelation. Better words. Before you can experience the realization. You've got to get into the frequency where you can realize what you've put into your vortex. And most of you are not even close to realizing what you've put there, because you're so enamored with what is, which doesn't hold a candle to what's in the vortex. You are settling for far less than you meant to. We love you so much because you're lazy focusers. Or because someone has convinced you that what you feel is unimportant. So you often don't raise your frequency by feeling your way into a better place. What was your morning like? Esther found herself, as she was getting ready, different things would trigger different thoughts about different things. Some experiences, some people, some products, some processes, some projects, in other words, her mind was in a lot of different places. But this morning, she was so keenly aware of what wheel that thought was on, what wheel that thought was on, what wheel that thought was on. Did you have some of the same experience? She found herself saying, oh, wait. Hold on there, hold on there, hold on there. Because she did not want momentum to begin on something unwanted. As you become keenly aware of the emotional indicator of the vibrational content of your current thought, you'll reach the place, and it won't take much time, where you will clean up your vibration or release the resistance, and you'll soon enough be in that high-flying frequency where you are a match to what's in your vortex, and you will then begin to realize it. And then you will not say to us, I'm good. And we don't mean that you're not good. You're good. You're good. You're just not good. We mean you're good. We mean you're worthy. We mean you're whole. You're just not complete. You're just not satisfied. Don't give in to that. Don't give in. Don't try the bogus, implausible, impossible approach of lowering desires to match what isness. That causes a tug of war like no other. Because soon, really soon, like in the next minute or two, someone is going to present something to you that's going to reignite what you really want, and then you're back in that place again, you see.
I want to be passionate about
Passion is momentum, isn't it? Passion is momentum. So if you want it, but passion doesn't get started. I'd really like that, but and oh, that's really beautiful. But if you, that's really beautiful, I appreciate that, or that's really nice, I appreciate that. That's nice. That's nice for these reasons. That's nice because that reminds me of something else that was nice in the same way. I really like that. Now momentum has begun. And it doesn't take much of that before something else like it shows up, which you also are appreciating, and then someone else is realized by you, which you also appreciate. And before you know it, that momentum has become sufficient enough that you feel alive, you feel eager, you feel excited about life, you feel inspired to motion, to action, to conversation. Yeah. You're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. We are expressing powerfully here because you are representing what so many people do. We have the advantage of knowing who you really are and how you really strive to feel. We know the ease with which you can operate in this life experience. We know the potential for love and exhilaration that you have, you see. And so when we stand in your vortex and we hear you talking about something that is different from what's in your vortex, we just keep reaching for more ways of expressing that will call you closer to it. And it's never a good idea to say to someone, you're not where you want to be. But you got to know that you're not where you want to be. That's what this whole question was about. We think you found the perfect quotation that really amplifies the confusion that is within you. What do I really want? What is it that I really want? What do I really want? Because there's so much to choose from. What do I really want? And we think the reason that that confuses so many of you is because in the question, what do I really want? You're trying to satisfy the question, and how will I get it, and when will it come, and who will bring it, and where will it be when I find it? And since you don't have answers to those questions, then you feel ill-prepared to even talk about what you want. But what you want is more basic than that. I want to feel alive. I want to be glad when I'm awake. I want to have fun with the people I'm with. I want to be eager. I want to feel good in my body. I want to love this world I live in. I want to feel good about those with whom I'm interacting. I want to uplift others. I want to evoke the best from others. I want synergy going around us. I want to have fun. I want others to have fun. In other words, when you get down to the basics of what you want, and you for a little while just stop trying to contemplate how you're going to accomplish it, but just activate within yourself what those vibrations feel like to you, it's not long before momentum gets going. In other words, you can't talk about fun that you want or about fulfillment that you want and stay focused upon it purely without ideas about what that means more fully flowing into your experience. That's that grid. Do you understand the